Hi, welcome to Operations 2. I'm getting a few panicked emails about CESIM, so I just want to circle back around on what we're doing with CESIM. So in the actual CESIM simulation, I'm just going to go into the course right now. You will be making decisions starting this week, so you need to get your decisions in by Friday so that a team member can go ahead and make a decision. It looks like perhaps we've highlighted who's making the decision in a couple of these groups already. That's what it kind of looks like to me. I'm not sure if that's true, but that is something that you should do, is assign a CEO or someone who can do that. I'm going to just go into the student area so you can see what they see, what Brittany is seeing in her team. So she's got her team members here, and you can go into the decision tab. That's where all of your decisions are going to be made, and you can see for each of the tabs you can go into. Market conditions is the first tab, so this is for practice round 1, what the market conditions look like. If you go into the demand tab starts your decision making process. I will say that anything in the blue does not impact the results. So these are your guesses. What is your predicted market growth? How much do you want to grow? What's your estimated market shares? Do you want to take some market shares from your teammates? Those are estimations that you do. As far as the technology, anything in the white you can pick, but if you notice in the technology down here, there is no network coverage for technology 2, very little round 1. Technology 1 is really the most important thing, especially for the US. If you look at Technology 4, they won't actually even be ready to start to use it until round 5. So from a Technology 4 perspective, in Asia, it will take a lot longer. And similarly in Europe with Technology 3, they just won't have network coverage. So this gives you an idea of your technology and what you should be doing with it. But for right now, this is market shares predicted for each of those technologies, and that's all that you have developed right now. If you go into the CESIM video, this is in your announcement section in Blackboard. Click on this video. This is the code if you did not see that in the announcements. But right about minute 8, after the registration piece of it, he goes into literally step by step what you need to do.
Actual decision making will
So if I go to, as an example, this page,
and
he talks about what this means, he talks about what you can
be to
enter,
maneuver
he
the
shows you
company
an
through
example.
technological
So
evolution.
I would highly recommend playing this
And then you
video,
will be making
watching the
decisions
screen,
about
pausing it, and then going into your screen and making a decision based on how he does it. That will help you kind of do what he's doing, but also play around with it as well. He literally will enter stuff on each screen and give you an idea of what he's entering. He also does a little bit of lecturing on what some of the, I guess, behind the scenes information are. I'm going to try and get to that. So this is how he's entering the information here. But he'll go into a lecture of what the marketing mix is. So right now each team has 25% of the marketing mix. Everybody starts off in the same place. But if a team has a lower price than another team, and an equally great product, likely the market share is going to increase with the lower price team. But you can't price it so low that you're economically and fiscally and financially in trouble. So you have to make those decisions based on what the market can handle in each of those areas, as well as what your competition is doing. So it's really going to be a challenge for you to kind of think about that. But remember that these first 3 rounds are play rounds. So this is a playground. This is for you to try this out, see how it goes, and learn from it, okay? Don't stress yourself out. Rounds 1, rounds 2, rounds 3 are for you to get in and play and test it out. Doesn't mean you don't have to do it. It's a practice round. I want you to do it. But your team isn't going to lose any ground or footing if you make a bad decision in the first 3 rounds. Okay? So you'll go through then, and again, in this section with the blue, that doesn't count. So this is just your predictions. What counts now is if I looked at my demand and let's say I had increased it, back here. Let's say I said my market shares were going to be, I'm just going to put something in here. My market share is now going to be 20%. Okay, that means that this is my demand forecast in thousands of units. So it's like 1,445,000, I think. based on units. So that's what my forecast is for the US in units. So when I'm trying to create my production, I need to make sure that I'm going to be close to that number, so that kind of carries over. So here's my capacity allocation right now. That's at, I think, 81%, and you could go ahead and make that change and adjustment. As you change things, you're going to see different shifts in your graph for planning perspectives, for the research and design. Go back to that demand piece and look at, when do we want to start investing in technology too? Okay. Oh, I think in production as well, just so you know, he talks about this, but you have a limit of 1 million units for contract manufacturing decisions. That's kind of like your outsourcing manufacturing. So that's your limit there. Research and demand, marketing, you'll go into each one of these, but he does this way better than I do. So my recommendation would be to watch the section, pause it, go make your decisions, come back, move it forward. He spends a couple minutes on this, and then take a look at your next section and what you want to do. And at least for the first round, I think that will help you tremendously. Just kind of go screen by screen. It's boring just to watch it, so if you just watch it screen by screen, I think that will help you in the long run with this simulation. So once you're done then, and this looks at USA and Asia for your product characteristics, so make sure you switch and make decisions for each of your regions. But when you get to the decision checklist, let's say I am the CEO. I actually get to make a decision. So if I look at Mary as an example, and let's say Mary had everything in place, and I really like the decisions that she made, and what maybe some of our prices were for each of the areas, the logistics. I mean, you really have to kind of look through all of them just to see where you think you're going to be at. And you could go ahead and you could pick Mary's and you could copy it over and put it into this decision. So right now, there isn't anything in there, but you need to copy something in there for your whole team. So whoever is the current CEO, they're going to be making decisions to copy this over. Again, the steps to do that are all in this video. So make sure that you watch the video all the way through, and you can, let's see if I can get to that one, team's decision. This is the team's decision, and this is where he goes through the copy and paste. So this is in there. It's about minute 36, probably 35 if I back this up, where you can go ahead and select and copy it over. And as a CEO, you'll want to take a look at that. Specifically that section. I can see how much time that you've spent in here. So when I'm grading these, I'm going to be looking at the decisions you made, how you did it. But if you're spending 5 minutes at it and just submitting it from next week, I'm not giving you any points for it. So make sure that you go in here, you spend a little bit of time, you make your decisions, and you come out. The idea is not to copy your team members. The idea is to make a decision based on what you know. So I think that's critical. For this, it's that learning piece of it, and the first couple of rounds are going to be a little rough, which is why they're practice rounds, so it's okay. So this is your permission to go in and play and see how to do this. But like I said, this video that CESIM has put out for you is very, very helpful, and I would just play it by scenario, step by step, and that will help you get through the decision-making process. I would love feedback on the video in doing that, because I want to make sure that that's enough. If that's not enough for you, please let me know, because I'll see if there's something else that I can add to this to help you. Okay? If you need anything else, feel free to holler. Thanks. Bye.